be so happy watching haters seethe than I do watching fans be happy. It's a mental illness I have. It's fine.
It's a little weird, but okay, it's you.
It's me. It's my kink. It's my thing. I have to. The Oprah says when you give up one kink, you should replace it with another. And watching them on Monday go, that's great. I love this. To watch them Tuesday just be crickets really made me happy. My new hobby is just sitting out on the front porch listening to the crickets. And that's what I did yesterday, and it was lovely. So thank you guys very much. Don't be so quiet when we kick the shit out of you. It's no fun. You're too predictable. You do this thing where you're like happy with the smallest little sliver of hope. And then when we crush you down with a mallet, you don't have this. You need some swagger about you. You need some arrogance. You know, you need to be able to do the Ric Flair thing. I mean, I beat you enough. Like every time you think you've got me, I slip out the back and kick you in the head. By now, you should have figured out how to play heel, how to be Ric Flair after he got beat. You go out the next day and you act like you just kicked the shit out of somebody. Come on, guys, sharpen up. I deserve a better class of criminal over here. And you don't give it to me. You're boring me. Don't bore me. They also paid last night for no more drama coverage of the creepy dude. And what happened was then the people who gave us that money start sending me links and torturing me, going, oh, my God, dude, he just advocated for AI cheese pizza. And I watched the clip, and I'm like, I can't play this clip and talk about it on the show. They paid for it. I really want to. Because when people tell you someone on the internet did something, you're like, okay, they're exaggerating.
They're blowing it out of the water.
Fatso actually, I was watching Misery Loves Clips. Fatso actually did a whole spiel defending AI cheese pizza, saying that people should be allowed to make as much of it as they want. And that it's actually good because it keeps like urges at bay.
No, it doesn't.
And do you understand how you have to make AI cheese pizza? You have to put actual cheese pizza into like the programming, the algorithm to get AI to spit it back out at you.
Yeah, you have to teach it what cheese pizza is.
You have to teach it what cheese pizza is. So I know a lot of like, I've been denying a lot of people when they seriously say that guy is a certain thing. Mm-hmm. And I've been like, come on, guys. No, he just can't help himself. He's stupid. He's creepy. He's weird. He's mentally ill. And I think the saddest part is he can't see himself and he doesn't know what he's
edgy.
It's terrible at it. But now after watching that and watching his best buddy, I guess somebody sent me a thing where his best buddy wrote this big, long book, this screed about how it should be okay. AI cheese pizza. I'm like, dude, I'm running out of excuses. Like, you might just seriously... I mean, you're not doing yourself any favors. If your thing is you aren't a fan of this certain thing, you're not doing yourself any favors. It looks like you are. You're making it look like you are that thing. McBuster is saying that the Kiwi Farm's dedicated to him now because this guy has his own forum now. Somebody sent it to me yesterday. I was looking at it. They're going to destroy him. Kiwi Farms is gonna make the Red Bar thing look like small potatoes.
It just like the whole like just even your arguments suck. The fights, urges parts. How many people watch porn and go, yeah, I don't need to go out and meet a woman and get laid because I jerked off.
Right.
No, that's not stopgap. It's a stopgap because I can't go out and meet a woman right now. But the fantasies were fun. So I have a real hard time believing someone's going to watch AI cheese pizza.
Yeah.
And they're going to go, you know what? That's good enough for me.
Right. If anything, and by the way, Approachable goes, you're getting close. You're going to have to give the money back. We're moving on from that subject and just talking about the AI cheese pizza thing. McBuster says Cat Williams was correct. 2024 is the year the diddlers get exposed. I mean, I tried to help by going like, nah, it's just he's a weirdo, he's creepy, all that. It's like, but now it's like, honestly, I have to tap out of saying their jokes. Like, I honestly have to. It's a problem. It's a problem,
For me,
and
for a while, I've been tapping out of it in general. Just being like, you know what? I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
It's
Stay out of it.
it's
I'm
a
gonna stay out of
problem,
it. The
and
less I know, the better.
I'm officially saying it should be investigated. Because, I mean, we're way beyond where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's fire, there's fire. It should be investigated. I mean, I don't think there's been like physical touching, like kind of wrongdoing, but I think maybe at least some boundaries of decency have been crossed, if not legally. Perhaps. I think there's enough to actually warrant someone looking into it.
And a lot of people have been very open about some proclivities that some of us feel should just be flat out illegal.
Yeah, guys, if the CP is AI, it still had to be fed by cheese pizza.
It's still depicting cheese pizza. Like, that's my problem. You should not.
I will say that if you're being raked over the coals and it's leading you to, let's say you're a streamer and it's leading you to spiral like it is, my advice would be get out in front of it, address it, walk it back, or don't. That would be it. Sorry about the Tattler coming in here and just getting the shit beat out of him today. Try to be nice to the Tattler. He just doesn't know. I just see McBuster crushing people today. That McBuster, man, he knows his stuff. He's been on to stuff for a long time before anyone else is. Dive Bar says, I love how everybody's 2 weeks behind on that, especially since I mentioned, they're still going off about the thing we've been paid not to cover because people don't care. I don't know. I just like watching people get what they deserve. And there's somebody right now who's definitely getting a little bit of what he deserves, if not more. Or talking about that. Oh, my God. Rusty Grammer says the Tattler is Citizen M's alt account. That could be accurate. I wrote this to someone. I broke this news to someone else online, and it broke them a little bit. You guys don't understand that to us, you're the lol cows. Like, we've broken you. You've gone crazy. And then we laugh. Like,
yeah, so as a human in the world, you've never once had any sort of a beverage, alcoholic or not, and someone goes, hey, what are you drinking? And you say what it is, and then you go, want to try some? Want to sip?
Not even that. That's not my concern. I don't give a shit about knowing that about a stranger, retaining it, and then repeating it back to them as if it's a critique or a criticism. Like, that's mental illness. Like, that's really, I know you think you're doing a thing, but you're doing the opposite. You're harming yourself. Like, your guys is reaching. I think you're reaching so hard after Steel Toe beats you that you're pulling muscles, but in your brain. Like, stretching too far and then ripping muscle. You guys wouldn't know what muscle is. You guys are very inactive, sedentary people. But you're doing it in your brain. And don't stop on my account because, like I said, you're my favorite lol cows. And you don't know it, and there's no self-awareness, and that makes you a renewable resource. But Jacob Ryan, I will say, it's about Johnny, so I know I'm not involved, but just as an observer,